We are here. It has come to our attention most recently that there are questions about this speaking of extraterrestrials and other beings through human vehicles. Many are in great question about this. Many desire this for themselves. Many doubt the validity of the happening. We would like to discuss this because what you are preparing yourselves for is your own experiences along these lines. This process is available to many. The broadcastings that are going out from the areas outside of your planet, that are circling your planet, that are being sent from various extraterrestrial energies, are in the air. You, or any, can pick this up if you learn how to tune into vibrations that are looking for the transmitter. As you act as a receiver to receive this vibration, you transmit this energy to others. There may seem to be in this phenomenon called channeling, a variety of information, personalities, characters. This is as it should be because humanities are all unique. They each have their own stamp of identity, the song that their soul sings that brings them into being. And so, each one that will tune into these electromagnetic wavelengths can interpret what they are hearing according to who they are. Some may feel that they need to study and work very hard before they are ready or in preparation for this. But another, who lives quite simply and is totally unaware of any sort of new age happening, can one day, simply by being themselves, by trusting, living in the moment, believing in a world that is safe and uplifting, stretch their consciousness and quite naturally tune into ideas and information that they know is coming from other portions outside of themselves. The individual, of course, affects to a certain extent the type of information that is perceived. You, yourselves, know that humanities speak out their beliefs about themselves. Beliefs somewhat affect this sort of communication, channeling, so there will always be a certain bit of distortion. If we were speaking for 10 of your years and the vehicle was aligned, there would still be a distortion of information because there would still be territory and experience that would be beyond the vehicle's comprehension. You are third-dimensional beings, quite rooted in your ideas and your beliefs about yourselves. You are attempting to change this idea, but society as a whole is quite convinced that you are all solid beings and the world is a solid place. And so, what is occurring is that as you grow, as you alter your perceptions of who you think you are, there is always an expansion that lies further. At present, your experiences are limited as to what you think can be. When you learn to tune into your own channelings, when you learn to, if you so desire, speak of the vibrations that are within the air, or to allow and invite groups of entities or your higher selves to speak through you, you will have a greater perception of the dualities that exist within third-dimensional experience. As you learn to give legitimacy to something that does not, cannot be colored in this way, new questions will arise within yourselves. It takes a while to get used to new experiences, and then one acclimates and adjusts. However, even if you were to do this continually, there is always an adjustment. There is always some new perception of being that you will be attempting to fit into where you presently are. We share this with you so that you do not allow yourself to move into great frustration with your experiences. Many of you are anxious, many of you are excited. Many of you are concerned about changes that are occurring within yourselves and on the planet as well. It is important to place these anxieties and concerns in the proper perspective. Allow yourselves to be. Do not continually project yourself in anticipation of what lies ahead. Be in your present moment of experience. That moment will unfold continuously into future moments which will perhaps hold answers to your questions from the present. You have heard us speak that there is a great polarization that is taking place on your planet. The call has gone out, and within the physical vehicles of many on your planet there is a resonating, a pre-coded chord that has been struck within the souls of certain members of mankind, and they are arising themselves, stretching their being, looking around and waking themselves up in great numbers. There are those who are here to teach, who are here to help others remember, and there are those who refuse, and who will become hardened, and who will become quite rigid in their beliefs, in their understandings. It is this polarization that is occurring at this time. The world is not solid as your scientists claim it to be. No more than you are solid beings. You must understand this on some level. Learn to feel what we are saying, for that is indeed what this is about, for you to feel what we are telling you, not for you to think it out and to rationalize it, but to feel which world that you are in. Feel how you move through a world that you create and that dances for you, dances to the tune of your thoughts, dances to the song of your being. For you are, as we always gently remind you, a result of your thought manifestations. This understanding, this knowledge, is growing very deeply within you. We are asking you now, you who we cherish very dearly, to carry within you this understanding. You are creating in each and every moment a new world, because you yourselves know that a new world is forming, and that you are bringing more and more members of humanity onto this world. That is a portion of what is going on. You each are great participants. You each are great designers in this experience. You each are learning how to become your own speaker of information, your own channel of energy, your own light manifestation of being. Question: how can we clear our channels and reduce blockages in order to be more in tune with the energy and help it come? Pleiadians, we have always stated to you, quite clearly, that you do your greatest work with yourself. You are your primary tool, and your work is through your thoughts and your understanding of these thoughts. We understand that that is a difficult concept for many. You wish alternative tools to show yourselves that you are really doing something, because you have difficulty in realizing that if you think it, it is occurring. If you wish to align your body and make it in preparation for this change that is coming, you must work within your idea about yourselves. That is most important. If we tell you to align your thoughts and you do not believe that your thoughts do anything, or that they can be that powerful, then you are not aligning yourselves. You must come to the core of what your own ideas are about yourselves. If you believe that it is important for you to align yourselves with the proper food, then we would say to you indeed, align yourselves with what you feel comfortable with. We have spoken of the animal consciousness, and how the food chain from our perspective, has become distorted. The consciousness in animals is not aligned with giving up their lives at this time to keep you alive because you are not in reciprocity with the animals. You are like master and slave with them. That is not the ideal situation to be in and to still be eating the animals. Your bodies are magnificent transmuters of energy and, ideally, you can transmute any energy if you so believe. In addition, if you have beliefs about the use of the body through activities of exercise, and that you are not living up to this, then align yourself with what is necessary. If you have ideas about your sexuality and the expression of who you are, and you are not living up to this, then place yourselves in alignment with this. We cannot give you a list of do's and don'ts because you need to look to yourselves to see how you judge yourselves and what limitations you place on yourselves. Understand that the shape of the body, the health of the body, is not necessarily limiting the spiritual development. One could be ridden with disease and on the deathbed and have the most enlightening feeling of existence. You may utilize your body and your energies in whichever way suits you. We would say to you always, to place yourself first in comfort with what you are eating and that what you place into your body you ask that vibrations become harmonious with your own vibrations and assist you in your own health and growth. That in itself will save you a lot of difficulty. Practically speaking, whatever you are discovering your feelings are about your own personal development, we would recommend that at least once a day for 5 minutes or so to see yourself involved in receiving light. You may see an individual, or an entity, present you with light in your hands through a star, through a ball, through a beam, through a cluster. Use your own creative abilities. Believe in them. Call this energy to yourself and become the designer and the authority of your own experience. A good time to do this is when you are driving your cars. Your eyes do not have to be closed for these situations. Say, I am light. I am light. I welcome light into my life. I am allowing myself to develop into a light experience of being. Anything that you focus on and anything that you feel moved to express along this line is correct for you. It is your intention of experience that will create the experience. It is your centeredness within the present, the nowness of your being, that will always keep you moving towards this great call. What we are saying is that you are all quite capable. With a bit of guidance and understanding about the limitations that you have so innocently placed around yourselves, as you learn to strip these down, you will find that you will be changing quite miraculously. Question: I have a problem with the idea that our feelings are true and we shouldn't trust our rational thought. I believe your feelings can deceive you just as much as your rational discourse. Pleiadians, this individual has said that he believes that your feelings can be misleading. That is his belief. That is the belief that he will always have to work with until he changes to a belief that says, my feelings guide me to wherever I need to be. It is your choice whether you will trust these feelings, whether you will question or mistrust them. Feelings, impulses, the imagination, are all gifts. They are all a part of the built-in guidance system that is a part of humanity's. When you learn to develop belief systems that are in accordance with these innate abilities, they can steer you in the direction of your greatest growth. What we are saying is to tap into areas that are other to guide you. Discover what beliefs you have about those areas that may perhaps limit the extent of their assistance within your lives or that may disallow what they can do for you. Whenever you are in a state where you are suspicious of yourself, you are in an area that needs examination. You are glorious, joyful beings. If you align yourselves with proper beliefs about yourselves, you will spontaneously grow and blossom. Listen to yourselves when you speak. Understand that you are speaking the parameters of your experience. You are saying to the world, this is how I structure myself. This is how I structure my experience. I do not always trust my feelings. Then you will have to learn how to live within that parameter. You will have to set up a device to understand when to trust and when not to trust. Learn that the body speaks to you and that you can, if you choose, learn to trust your feelings. They will not signal you to do something inappropriate. You learn to recognize how the feelings can mask certain territory of experience you do not wish to look into. When one is afraid, when that is the basic belief, that one has to watch out, the body will signal fear when it is unnecessary. The body is responding to the mind which expects fearful situations around every comer. And so the body is continuously afraid of where it could be going and it is shutting down, and it is sending off fear. But the fear is programmed by the mind itself. This is why we say be very aware of your thought processes and belief systems. Whatever you are believing is what you are working on. Attempt to step outside of your belief system and relinquish certain amounts of control. Allow yourselves to realize that what you think is your world. Do yourself a favor to expedite your development. Create belief systems that you can comfortably live within that enhance your experience and not limit it. You may create and develop whatever belief system you like. We are merely saying to utilize the tools that are innately yours to flower and grow. Question: could you talk more about the process of implanting knowledge in our beings? Pleiadians, the knowledge that is being fed to you is not just the words we have been speaking. Information travels on thought beams, it travels on light beams. Thought and light are greatly intertwined. They are one. Thought to you is a more complete and familiar energy than is light. Light is more intellectual for you. But that will be changing. The society that you are moving toward is one of learning and power through thought. You came to this class to exchange and surrender a certain set of beliefs and to make room for new information that you could consider, and then to pick up your other beliefs and incorporate, if you so choose, what it is that you have heard. That is occurring on one level. On other levels of experience, there is energy in the room. And it moves out and connects with each and every one of you. The energy is partly garnished and brought here by we Pleiadians, but each of you bring a covey of guides with you, higher selves, and each of you are surrounded by those who would assist you, by those who would bring you to your greatest development. As we speak, those that are around you and working with you teach you as well. They take information that is non-verbal and implant it. They call it to you and put it into your etheric field, your aura, your higher self, your universal mind. It's there for you to sort out and discover later. When you may be driving by yourself, walking in the fields, fishing at a stream, or flying in the air, You catch a thought that comes to you out of nowhere. You are selecting and bringing to yourself the information that is carried to you by those who surround you and who find you ripe for connecting. If you wish to be riper and to have more intuitive knowings and understandings, then open yourself to this experience. By opening yourself to this experience, you may quite consciously state your beliefs and your intents that you are now prepared to receive and understand material and information about yourself, about your existence, about your earth plane that was out of reach prior to this time. As you begin to say this, that you are now ready to receive this information, be prepared, for you will receive it from many directions. Books will be shoved into your hands. Dreams will take you around the universe. Many will be coming to invite you places or to share with you what they have found. Remember, we share with you a picture of your reality so you can facilitate your experience here, so that you can enjoy yourselves within these times, because these times are going to be full of change. The world will be turned upside down to a certain extent. All activities are probable and contingent upon humanity's development. As each learns more, the world can be a more harmonious place. Still, there is going to be a need to complete the change. It is probable that you will see much collapse within the system as you know it, because the system is corrupted. Think about structures that exist on your planet. They no longer hold up to the new belief systems that are bringing in new energies. Do not be afraid of change. We are here to guide, as many are here to guide, to allow you to feel comfortable, so that you can understand the world in its transition, so that you can know that you have chosen a place of being. Through your thoughts you will select the experience that you desire. If you see certain structures falling apart around you, you decide how you are going to be affected by this. Understand, when there is great turmoil and collapse, there is a great need for restructuring, rebuilding. This is what you are being prepared for. To rebuild with new values, with new basic laws. You all are potential givers of new principles of existence. As you learn to open yourself to this information through the universal energies that are everywhere, and through your belief that you can speak these energies, and that you are indeed coming into your own glory, you will do this. You have taken on much light to carry you through times that will be of great challenge and upliftment. We welcome you to the cosmos and to the intimacy of your being. We send you our love and our great blessings and our congratulations.